Look at this. The far left is GDP. The middle is the current federal debt, 34 trillion. Look at the far right, 190 trillion. These are the unfunded liabilities of the US. Social Security, Medicare, all the things that they've promised people, but they don't put them into the debt because they're like, well, we don't know if all these people, they might all die in 5 years. So do we really owe that money? Well, it's like, yeah, we don't think everyone's dying in 5 years. Okay, so you do owe that money. So they just put a bit onto the debt every time they need it. And the rate that they're putting it on the debt now is high. $36 trillion in debt, 100 trillion in off-balance sheets coming on the balance sheet at 3 trillion a year. So an extra $3 trillion in expenses are coming on the US budget every year from the unfunded liabilities. With tariffs, what are they trying to fix? Here's the things they're trying to fix. Right around China joining the World Trade Organization in 2000, the industrial production left America, which it kind of needed to do. American dollars needed to go into the rest of the world because someone like China was welcomed into the global economy. They needed what? Reserve assets. What's the reserve asset of the world? American dollars. Look at this. Cutting non-defense discretionary programs and firing 100,000 workers, minor relative to the entitlement spending. Entitlement spending is all the things they can't stop spending. Medicare, Social Security, all these things, veterans benefits, they must spend. They can't not spend them. The mandatory stuff, if you look on this next slide, entitlement spending, the stuff they cannot cut, is about in line with total revenues. Everything else puts them into deficit. So if you cut education and transportation and all these other things that you can kind of cut, it still doesn't fix the problem. You are still running a deficit. Entitlements plus interest are 108% of the US government's tax reserves. The receipts are at all-time highs, meaning tax revenues. When Luke says receipts, he means tax revenues. And our receipts are heavily dependent on the stock price, which are off 20%. A 20% decline in stocks drives a 10% decline in receipts because they make tax revenues from capital gains. So when the stock market goes down and they get less tax revenues than they got the previous year when people buy and sell their stocks, their tax revenues go down, making the problem worse. It's like this is a game of chicken.